Arrived in its box, ready for you to assemble. Some things to note about it is there will be marked on the top of it, top. It's important that you recognize that. Otherwise, you have your wrenches are inside the box in an envelope, so you're ready to get started. Find a good, comfortable place to work. Place it with the top side down. Allen wrench, the Allen with the box, top side down. Cut it with a box knife about 1 to 2 inches around from the bottom, all the way around. Lift up the top box. You'll find the Sidewinder sitting upside down on the bench in front of you. It's important because now the handles are protected by the pads that are on the bottom, and you can start to work. Using the box knife, cut the plastic stress wrap so you can get to the tricycle. Cut the straps holding them in place, remove them and set them aside. Pull the seat out. It contains also the cover for over the differential we'll use later. We're ready to release the stub axles. Set them down. Remove the fork, set it aside. You're now ready to put the stub axles in with your 3/8 wrench. Loosen up the outside screws on the outside axle clamp. Put it down. Unpackage the stub axles. As you can see, there's a long and a short stub axle. Okay. This is so you won't put them in the wrong side. Insert the stub axle. It has splines in it. Shake it a little bit. Shove it into place. Make sure the bearing is sitting in the seat that it fits into. Tighten the screws until the gap in the clamp is gone. That stub axle is properly installed. Step is to install the fork. You've located the fork, it's been removed. All the hardware for the fork are tied to the seat post. So remove those parts. Little bag. In the bag you'll have the delta, post pole, a lock nut, top race, 3 bearings, and a top cap. The head tube assembly consists of several parts. The delta is the first part that you put on. You want to use the lever to retract the pin As you can see, retract the pins so that it's out of your way when you're putting things together.
Okay.
Place a bearing face down or the barrel ball down in the cup. Next, with the quick releases, put the balls into the quick releases on both sides. To release, you pull back the outside and drop the ball into the hole. You may have to adjust the rods a little bit lengthwise by pushing them to line up so that you're lined up to go down through the hole. Next, place another bearing, balls down into the cup. Next, the fork goes in. Place it down through the hole. And you're ready for the last bearing. And the top bearing race. Bearing race. In this case, the balls are up. The bearing race goes on. The threads are very fine, so it takes a little to get started. And it's a matter of just screwing it up tight. Look at each of the bearings to make sure the bearing is sitting in the cup, which is this part. These are cups. Make sure the bearing's inside the cups, balls are not being smashed, and tighten. Just hand tight's all that's required. The next part to go on is the lock ring. Lock ring goes against the race to lock it in place. Next, the flagpole holder goes inside the head tube.
Okay.
And the outside crown nut. You can finish tightening this once you turn it over.